last year completely blew my head off. Just an amazing book. I highly recommend it. But first, I would watch this video here because this is pretty much a summary of his accomplishments. He's self-made, started in China. He was the richest person in China. Recently was replaced by Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba. He bought AMC movie theaters, became so successful that China stepped in and made him sell off assets in LA and Chicago and all over the world because they did not want him expanding so rapidly. So it just kind of shows the level that he is at. He was competing with Walt Disney in China, and just a fascinating individual. Someone that you'll probably never hear of. No one really talks about him. So you're going to learn a ton here in this video. So that being said, please smash that like button, comment, drop your comments below, and welcome to the channel. All right, guys, let's begin.
One of the most discreet and unknown billionaires is Wang Janlin. He chairs the Wanda Group, which has investments in real estate, finance, and movie theaters, among many other areas. He is one of the world's biggest. After a buying spree, Wang has been retreating in recent years, selling his Chinese hotel and tourism portfolio for over $9 billion in 2017. In 2018, he sold a stake in a Spanish soccer club. And he also sold part of his stake in the U.S. movie theater chain AMC. He purchased AMC movie theaters. Many people do not know that. He still owns U.S. film studio Legendary Entertainment and operates one of China's largest movie theater chains. He became restricted by his own government because of all the money that he was investing outside of China. And all said and done, the number was really under 10% of his net worth. He was investing outside of China, but they considered that too much and they had to reel him back. He has global ambitions, and further ado, let's dive deeper into him. Wang began his career in China. He grew up in China, and he wanted to become a real estate developer, real estate investor. He wanted to pursue this career. He thought it was highly lucrative. However, him finding a license, him securing a development license, is not the same as it is in America and other places. There was only a limited amount of licenses that were able to be issued. And what he did was something very creative. He leveraged someone else's license and gave them a fee to begin developing. As he finished one project, he would sell that project, earn money, do another project, until he built up enough capital to where he could begin investing by himself. And that's what a lot of successful people do, is they work and navigate with humble circumstances in the beginning until they have a solid foundation for growth. Then they use that growth to build an empire. Now, Wang, his company owns 21.57 million square meters of investment property. Total of 168 Wanda shopping plazas, 82 luxury hotels, 213 cinemas, 99 department stores, and 54 karaoke centers around China. His overall ambition was to compete with Disney. He wanted to be bigger than Disney, Walt Disney, the Disney World, Disneyland in China. And his ambitions really built China into being what China is today, on a large front. He's a visionary, and his company became the world's largest theater owner in 2012 when it acquired AMC. So what he wanted to do was he wanted to control the perception of China and control people's thoughts around cinema. So him buying AMC movie theater and him owning all of these theaters and chains, it gave him tremendous power. He bought the US-based AMC Entertainment conglomerate for $2.6 billion. He listed on the New York Stock Exchange in December, and he flew out countless celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Beckinsale, and John Travolta to help launch an $8 billion mini Hollywood in a coastal city in China in 2014. So he knew that these celebrities influenced hundreds of millions of people. Many people follow them on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. They watch their movies and they look for them for guidance on what's cool and what's not cool and what people should do. And that's why you'll hear many celebrities telling you what you should think and believe and who you should vote for. And a lot of highly successful people know this, and they try to utilize these celebrities in ways to further their own agenda. In 2014, the Wanda Group acquired Edificio España, a building in Madrid, Spain, from a very popular real estate developer called the Grupo Group, for about a third less than the 389 million pounds that they paid in 2005 at the height of the construction boom. And that's the beautiful thing about being cautious when others are greedy, is that, and I've seen this countless times in my own life with a friend and former client of mine who is from a very, very wealthy family in Beverly Hills, and he wanted to purchase a hotel in Orange County for $18 million. The deal fell through. He did not end up buying the property. And then a couple years later, that owner went into bankruptcy. And then at that point in time, he ended up buying that property for a fraction of the price, simply because it was a distressed seller. The seller was distressed and had to unload the property. Previously, the Wanda had taken on billion-dollar hotel projects in London, New York, as well as property projects in India. He has projects all over the world. In 2014, he announced plans to build the world's largest studio pavilion at Oriental Movie Metropolis, which included a 10,000 square meter studio and an underwater stage. In 2014, he acquired land at 9900 Wilshire Boulevard, which is only blocks from Rodeo Drive, in California, to build an American headquarters named One Beverly Hills of his entertainment company. Paid roughly $490 million for that property. His government stepped in and forced him to sell. He sold that property for what he paid. Otherwise, he ultimately would have created a fortune on that asset. Across the street was the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, which is the most exclusive hotel in Beverly Hills. It's, in my opinion, even more exclusive than Beverly Hills Hotel. And he and that owner ran into turmoil and problems because this hotel would have eclipsed what the Peninsula was. So imagine just simply coming in from a different country, going to the most exclusive area, one of the most exclusive areas in America, and then competing and dominating the competitor there with very, very little track record and experience in that area. In January 2015, it reported that he was buying 20% stake in a Spanish football club for £45 million. In November 2016, he announced plans to acquire Dick Clark Productions for $1 billion, giving it broadcasting rights to Golden Globe Awards, the Academy of Country Music Awards, the New Year Countdown celebrations in New York. And Wanda already owns legendary entertainment co-producer in films such as Jurassic World, U.S. cinema chain AMC Entertainment Holdings. His goal was to push his views and his agenda and what he wanted you to see and feel down your throat. Basically, just like the U.S. news media today, pushing their views and their views. He wanted to do the same thing, controlling the way that you see China and the way that you see the world, which is just a huge. Think about how big of an accomplishment that is to achieve that level of power and influence coming from humble beginnings in China. The Economist called him a man of Napoleonic ambition, citing his military background in the People's Liberation Army, where he rose from border guard to regional commander. He enforces iron discipline in the workplace, where employees are fined when they violate the company's conservative dress code. Despite his age, he is a trim figure. I mean, he's been married once. He's a very, very loyal family man. And there's a lot you can learn from this gentleman. There's a tremendous amount of life experience and discipline that you can learn from studying someone of this degree of success. Wang Jianlin said, "I always said I would not be satisfied even if I reach the Yellow River, and I would also not turn back even if I hit the South Wall. I will build a bridge and a stairway to go across them." Think about what that says. He'll never, ever, ever be content with the level of success that he has. And the reason being is that he wants to express himself and his identity through his work endeavors and his achievements. That is powerful. That means he's always striving to achieve more and do more. Some people would say, why would you do that once you reach a certain level, once you reach a few $1,000,000? Why would you continue to work? Who wants to work? Well, if you have that type of mindset about having work as a chore, as something that you have to do, then you'll never be content and happy with the journey. His goals and ambitions are so great and grand that it will probably take him many lifetimes to achieve. And he's enjoying his life pursuing this. And he's working smart and building the right team around him that will support the goals that he wants to achieve. And that's why he has such high expectations on his employees and his friends, everyone around him. And he's looking to gain, learn, and grow as fast as humanly possible. I read his book, The Wanda Way, and I highly suggest that you pick up a copy if you have not already. It's a great, great book.
All right, guys, that was Wang Janlin. Hope you learned a ton. And if you're just getting started in real estate and you want to achieve more, maybe you're a little lost. Maybe you don't know where to start exactly. Well, look below. In the playlist below, I have a free real estate mini course as well as many other playlists that will give you a ton of information. And I believe we're going to be personally stepping into a massive recession soon, very, very soon. And it's the people that are smart, that are educated, that have a real plan, that have good credit, that have everything kind of ready. They're the people that are going to make that life-changing investment. And that's when people make their money. All these billionaires, they all have one thing in common. They bought well. Their first deal worked out well. And that first deal translated into a second deal, into a third deal. And then they grew and scaled and did something tremendous. And that's what you have to do. You have to set yourself up for that right first deal. So I believe a lot of the playlists below and a lot of the content on this channel will help you get started. So that being said, please smash that like button. And if you're a new subscriber, drop it in the comment section you're a new subscriber. I'll personally welcome you to the channel. And we'll talk later. All right, guys. Till the next time.